Hi guys, I'm Gasha. Welcome to the channel, to our coffee times together, and I'm here with another movie review. We're gonna be taking a look today at the horror movie The Dare.
It's coffee time.
Funny enough, I have not heard much about this movie. I didn't even know it existed until I wanted to spend a couple of Christmas days in the Netherlands, and I checked what was running there on the theater because everything there runs in original version, so it's always a chance for me to watch movies. And I found out that they were playing a movie called The Dare that had just come out in December, and it was R-rated horror. And for the looks of the trailer, it looked a little bit something like Saw, and I was like, I'm gonna check this one out. And I have not really seen any reviews on YouTube or any people really talking about it, which I'm surprised about. But I'm here to talk to you about this movie because I enjoyed it more than I thought. So The Dare, it is a 2019 R-rated mystery slash thriller slash horror movie, and it is an American British Bulgarian production, and it has a very kind of, you know, basic known premise, but then it turns out to be a little bit more deeper, and it has a, you know, proper developed plot and background, which is what surprised me in a positive way. In this movie, we're following a father that one horrible night is being torn away from his house and being taken as a prisoner. So after he's taken, he wakes up in this kind of room where three other strangers are also tied to the wall like he is, and he doesn't know why and how he got there and what's the purpose of all of it. And that's where it gets interesting, because this movie would have easily been just a gore fest without any purpose or plot like the last Saw movies have become, but it actually had a deeper meaning and a proper, well-developed plot. Together with the other three victims that are chained to the wall in that small dirty room, they need to figure it out together and work together to see how they can make it out alive and to solve the puzzle of why exactly they are in that room. Are they related in any way? Do they share anything that, you know, made this guy put them in there, and how to get away? All they know is that from time to time, the killer or the torturer that has them captive comes and makes them hurt each other. So in order to survive, you need to do what he tells you and hurt one of the others that is in that room. Now, this was something that you can see in the trailer already, and that leads you to think that this movie might be, you know, similar to the premise in a way to Saw, because you have to suffer, go through pain, hurt others in order to survive. As for the acting, the actors, I think they did such a great job with the casting. They all did an amazing job. They were all believable, and there is in this movie, you know, characters that you get to see when they were younger, when they are older, and all of the casting of the actors, the younger and the older ones, is so well done that you believe it's the same person. You know, something that in some movies is like, really? There were no other kids you could choose for this person? Like, they don't look anything alike. The casting in this movie was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and even the children that act in this movie did a wonderful performance, which children in movies can be a hit or miss, we all know that as well. But I think one of the strongest points of this movie was the actors and the acting. So one of the things that I really loved about this movie, like I've mentioned, is that even though it does give you a little bit of Saw vibes, the movie does not just, you know, rely on the gore and on the body horror just as a plot. They actually have a real plot with a background, and you get to see all of the characters' backgrounds. You get to experience, you know, things that they had to go through in the past that has put them in the position that they are right now. And another thing that I really love about this movie is that you not only get to see the victim's background, you also get to see the killer's background, so you also get to understand why he has chosen those people and why he is the way that he is, which is something that I really like to see in movies, like how somebody becomes the monster that we get to see now. This movie will make you question how far would you go to save your own life. And it is a really intricate thriller, but it also has really great horror. And like I said, I love that even though the gore is great and there's many scenes where you just want to look away and be like, damn. And the lady next to me was having a really hard time with this movie. Sometimes I wonder why people go to these movies if they know they are not really good with these kind of scenes, but especially to an R-rated movie. But that being said, even though the gore was great and really good executed, I felt like it was not everything in the movie. Like, still the plot and the story had a bigger importance in the whole thing, and that is something that is super important to me. Like, I don't like gore movies just for the gore. I want to have a story. I want to have a purpose for the gore. I want to have a reason why this is happening. So for me, that was really fulfilling to see that we get a complete backstory on the characters with flashbacks that are really well placed, and that you get a real story and also some kind of deeper meaning, and kind of like it makes you think of the things that you've done in the past and things like that. I don't want to give away too much because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that still wants to watch it, but I really love that it had a real story and a real purpose. It is a movie that is being told between scenes from the present and flashbacks from the past. There are many flashbacks that are showing you what happened in the past to all the different characters, and I think that having so many flashbacks could have made this movie a bit messy when it comes to the timeline, but it was so easy to follow and it was easy to understand who was who, what was happening, and it is a movie that they don't kind of spoon feed you, you know, everything. They just let you sit back, enjoy and watch, and it is easy to understand the flashbacks, and I love that they were able to build up such a good movie that is connecting the past with the present without that being messy. The movie has also a great atmosphere. I love the colors and the feeling all the time that it's just dirty and nasty, and you know, you are in a place that it's dirty, and I think they bring that up really well also with the whole color combination, and I thought it was a really well executed movie. Like, I went to the movie thinking it was gonna be just kind of like a slasher gore fest and just something to have fun, and actually enjoyed it more than I thought. Something similar happened to me this year with The Furies, which is a movie that I really enjoyed, and I thought it was gonna be just a typical slasher gore fest, but it had also a really nice plot line and it had a nice story and something that was fresh, and that's what actually made me love the movie so much in the end. And I had a similar feeling with this one. Like, I was expecting just, you know, torture, and I got a story about a killer, his background, and a kind of like a mystery solving of why these people were in this room, and I really enjoyed it. This movie is for people that enjoy, I would say, the Saw franchise, but also people that like, for example, Leatherface, or stories about backgrounds of serial killers or killers, and you know, stories that lead you to understand why somebody becomes a monster. All in all, I really enjoyed the movie. It gave me the gore that was promised, but it also gave me a background story that was believable and was good executed. The acting was great, and I really enjoyed the movie. So for all of that, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10, which is a high rating for a movie that I know a lot of people are just going to consider just regular, but I really enjoyed it. Of course, it had those moments where you were like, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you use that? And all of that happens in horror movies, but I thought that all in all it was very believable and I really enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed this movie review. I have not really seen, like I said, many people talking about this movie, so hopefully you also didn't know about this movie and now you do and you're interested in watching it after seeing my movie review. Let me know down below, did you know about this movie? Have you watched it yourself? What are your thoughts on the movie? Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please, before you go, remember to give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You can also follow me in Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. The links to those can be found in the description box down below, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!